terminals, everything that you might be thinking about. Any questions that you guys have, if you want, like I said, you want to ask me now or you want to wait until later, we're going to go ahead and the training really depends on you guys, how many questions you guys have. I'll go over all the basics, some of the examples that we do have, and then I'll let you guys kind of play around with the actual terminals. I think it's definitely a good idea. You guys actually see it, touch it, and go from there. Okay. Okay. So when you go ahead and get your passcode in your profile set up by anyone in the back end, you're gonna go ahead and put in your passcode. And you're gonna hit either go or time clock, okay? Once you clock in here, it's gonna go ahead and ask you to clock in. You're gonna clock in, and then this is also where you're gonna come in and do for a break. If you need to do a break, 10-minute or 30-minute, you'll be able to click on any of these. Okay, if for whatever reason you have multiple jobs, you'll have it here. It'll say bartender, server. You're clocking in as a bartender or a server in today. Okay, obviously it depends on the permissions that you have for that day. That's what the jobs you're going to be able to do. Okay, you can go ahead and hit end break. It's going to ask you end early. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Hit done. For you guys, once you guys hit done, it's going to take you directly into the table service. Okay, it's going to give you the table service. Now, this is definitely just an example. This is where you guys are going to be able to do all your table layouts. And so, as you can see right here at the top, you have bar, dining room, and patio. So you can have different sections, or you can go ahead and have the whole restaurant in one page. Really depends on how you guys have set it up. Okay, so for example, in the dining room, let's say this is my table here. I'm gonna click on it, and it's gonna automatically ask you how many people are sitting at that table. Okay, for example, we're gonna go ahead with 2. You're gonna hit done, and it's gonna take you straight into the menu. Okay, the menu can be changed. It could be you can go ahead and put color on the buttons and so on. It really depends on whoever's doing the back end for you guys. Okay, here these are the categories. These are your groups. These are your items, and if you click on your items, your modifiers should show up. Okay, you have seat numbers, food mods, and so on. You have dining option, you have course, special request, and discount item. Coursing is really up to you, the servers, if you guys are going to be doing coursing or not. Okay, seat number, I think you guys require it, right? Okay, so at that point you can either hit 1 or you can, and then it's gonna take you into the actual modifiers. You see here the no extra on the side, light and add. Those are called pre-modifiers. So if I select no or extra grill on the side, scampi, light, mushrooms, it'll say right here on the side. Okay, after that you're just gonna hit done, and let's go look for a drinks, spirits here. Click on this one here. You can go ahead, vodka, double, and so on. Okay, as you can see right here, you can do quantity right here. Okay, so for example, large parties, if you want to click on it, you can actually put in 30. Okay, or you can do quantities. It's really up to you. General mods, you can click on it also. You have all your modifications. You see this one right here where it has like a little blue. That means there's more extra to the side. Okay, the system is based on Android, so it's going to be a lot of swiping and so on. Okay, you click done. Okay, it's going to ask you for a seat number. Like again, it's and then you can go ahead and click on here. Anything that has not been sent to the kitchen, you can actually click and remove here, and then hit done. To send it to the kitchen, all you have to do is hit send. It sends it to the kitchen. Okay, anything that's in color here, you'll have yellow, you'll have red, pink if that's your color, and also green. Okay, if you click on it, you see how this one are yellow. You can only void those at that point because it has been sent to the kitchen. Okay, especially for you bartenders, there's a repeat button right here at the top. Okay, right hand corner. The only thing with that is if you select the 32 that I just did, hit repeat, it's gonna repeat 32 more. Okay, so just keep that in mind also. Okay, a couple of things here. If you want to put a tab name right here, you can go ahead and put in a tab name. Okay, said tab name, and it'll say on the top. You'll have check number, table number, and tab name. Okay, the plus item, this is where you're gonna have your open food, open liquor, open beer. You click on open food. You can go ahead and type whatever you'd want. You can also put in a price. Okay, you hit add item and it'll show up there. Okay, the split button here, this is where you're going to be splitting items. Okay, so for example, you're going to hit split here. This is where you can go ahead and do split items. There's 2 people at this table. You can actually select this one and move it over and just add another one. Now you see how this one I have 32. I can actually split this also. I can split it 2 ways. So I can have 15 drinks on one check and 15 drinks on another. Okay. After that, you can also do it by seat number. So if you did it by seat, you can go ahead and just split it like that. Okay, let's go ahead and move this one here, and then you just hit done. Okay, so now you have check number 1 there, and you slide over and you have check number 3. It is there. Okay. After that, you can just hit done. See right here, it's going to ask you, do you want to send this? This is if you were doing the coursing. Okay, at this point, you're just going to go ahead and send it, and there you go. Okay, anything that's white is an open table. Anything that's grayed out is someone else's table. Okay, so if I click on someone else's table, it's going to pop up asking, do you want to edit this check? Okay, it's really up to the permissions that are set up to you if you'll be able to do it or not. At that point, you just hit edit, and you can go ahead and edit anybody's table. Okay. Let's go back in here. If you have discounts, this is where you're going to be doing check discounts. Okay. To discount an item, you have to select the item and do discount item. Okay. Another couple of things. If you select the item here, you can do dining option. You can do coursing. You can do special requests. Okay. So for example, I want to go ahead and put in another item. Click here. Calamari, and I want to do a special request for that. I can go ahead and put a special request, add request, and then I know in a lot of systems you could only do one long special request. With this system, you can do multiple requests. Okay, you can do as many as you want, as many requests as you want. After that, you just hit done. It's going to ask you for the seat number, and you go from there. Okay. Again, if you have the pre-modifiers, you can select on the side, kale, extra lettuce, add lemon butter, and you can go from there. Okay. The hold and send button. The hold is very different than probably what you're thinking. The hold button, if I can go ahead and hit hold, and it'll hold it right there. Okay. So right now that I'm holding only this item, but if I want to go ahead and put in another item, okay, and I hit send, it's going to send everything. It doesn't let me choose what I get to hold. Okay. If you're going to be doing that, at that point, you're going to be doing the actual coursing. Okay. You're going to go ahead and select it. Course, entree, hit done. Oh. Okay. Salads. Then you're going to go ahead and course it, dessert, and you hit done. Okay, so now if I hit send, it's going to ask you what course you're going to go ahead and send. Okay, so this is really the only way for you to pick and choose what you're sending to the kitchen or not. Okay, hit send, and it sends it there. Okay, in the kitchen, you guys are going to have kitchen displays. So when the kitchen they fulfill it, this is going to turn green, and and then that means that the food is ready or it has been sent out. Okay. If you hit pay, hit send, it's going to bring you into the pay section. Okay, these are smart buttons here. You have cash, credit, gift card, house account, and other. Other would be your third-party DoorDash or so. Any gift certificates or banquet deposits. Okay, house accounts, obviously you have to look for the house account number or the name, and you can go ahead and charge it to them. Okay. Gift card, you can go ahead and just swipe it, or if they have an email gift card, you can actually do a scan, and you can go ahead and scan it from there. Okay, it'll give you a QBR code, and you can actually scan it. Okay, for credit, cash and credit, it doesn't matter what order you do it. You can do cash first, credit second. It really depends on you. Multiple credit cards and so on. Okay, so for example, I want to go ahead and give you guys $220. And 27 in cash. I can hit cash. It's going to ask you receipt, yes or no. Okay, the payment's there. And at this point, I can go ahead and actually put in the EMV card. If the card has an EMV card, it's gonna force you to actually use it. And if it fails 3 times, then you can actually swipe. Okay. At this point, if let's say, for example, the EMV and the swipe are not working, you can hit credit and you can key in the card. Okay. Let me go ahead and put in the card number. Okay, so you'll have the payment there, Visa, and also a card here there. Okay, at this point you can hit done, and it's gonna go ahead and close it out. Okay, a way to go and to look at any of those checks, you can go into previous checks here, and then this is where you're gonna have all your open checks, all your paid checks, and all your closed checks. The difference between paid and closed is the tip. Okay, so for example, if you go into your open checks, you'll see all your open checks here. Okay, the check that I just paid is right here. Okay, it's a paid check. Still not closed because I need to put in the tip. For that, you're gonna go ahead and hit pay, and it's gonna take you directly into the pay section there. Okay, make sure you're in the correct. If they have multiple credit cards, make sure you're in the correct card that you're gonna be adjusting or putting the tip on. Okay, so you can go ahead and put in the tip here. You can hit update. And now right there, you can see the amount, the tip, and the total. At this point, you can just go ahead and hit close, and it'll close it. Now, if there's multiple checks on that table, it'll take you directly into the other check. Okay? You just go ahead back, and now that paycheck is a closed check. Okay. Now, for example, if you made a mistake and you put, $200, you put $200 and my tip was supposed to be $20. You can go always update it. Obviously, permission wise, you can go ahead and click on it, and you can hit adjust, and you can go ahead and adjust the tip amount, the check amount, the total amount, or even if I made a mistake and put this check on the wrong table, I can actually move it to the correct table. Okay. All without the customer even noticing I made a mistake. Okay. If the customer for some reason lost the receipt or they want a receipt, you can always click receipt here. You can email, text it, print it. You can do itemize, and you can actually do signature also. Okay. This is where you're going to go ahead and void for managers. This is where they're going to go ahead and void any payment. Okay. If you void the payment, that means that the order becomes an open order. It does not delete the order. It only deletes the payment. Okay. Let's go into the open checks here. Okay, if I want to hit update, I can hit update. Okay, let's not go into that one. Okay, a couple of things here. If you click on the right hand side, you have void order, change table, change server. Okay, if I want to change this, if I have an emergency, I gotta go, or I just need to change it to someone else, I can do change server, and I can go ahead and change it to whoever's clocked in. Again, permission wise, depending on what permissions you have, you'll be able to do this or not. Okay, moving tables, change table. I can go ahead and select all the checks that I have on that table, or just one. I can do change table. I can select it, and that's it. Okay, another way of doing change table, I can actually go into here. I can select it, drag it down. Okay, I can click on it, and then again, I can go ahead and void the order from here. Okay. If you guys have a customer or a VIP or a house account, you can do change customer here, and you can actually look for that person to set it up already. Okay. Let's go into the previous orders, previous checks. Couple of things here. Okay, if you click on the right hand side, you can do show my checks, and it'll only show your checks that you're working on. Okay, show all checks will show everybody else's checks. Okay, if you do combine checks, you can actually combine multiple checks. Okay, combine checks. I can go ahead and combine them into one. Okay, if you're going to go ahead and do advanced filter, this is also where you can go ahead and actually set up the terminal how you like it. If you want to see the oldest check, the newest checks, however order you want to do it in. Okay, this only works for your own personal. It won't work for everybody else. It'll just be setting up your own self. Okay. If I want to log out, the system will log you out. It has the log out until like I think it's set up for 5 minutes. You guys can definitely change it to whatever. But if you don't want anyone else putting in an order on your name, you can always just hit switch user and it'll bring you out to the system here. Okay. Again, you can go ahead and put in your number and hit go, and it'll take you directly into your last window you were at. Okay. Click on this one. I think service charge. Okay, this is where you're going to be able to do service charges. I think you guys are going to have auto gratuity, so there's no issue with that. Again, these are going to be your categories, your groups, your items. You click on one of the items, you have your modifications there. Okay, some of these will be optional. If I click on this one, you see how this one is forced. Some of these modifiers will be forced, some of them will be optional. So you actually have to click on the item to see some of these modifications. Okay. You hit pay, and it brings you into this section again. Okay. This is where you're going to do, let me go in here. Let me go ahead and do one. Let's open. Previous checks. Open check. Okay, so this split again is only for checks. Okay, now if you're going to go ahead and split it, you're going to hit pay, and the bottom button here where it says pay split, you'll be able to split it 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever ways you want to do it. Okay. Any questions so far on that? Yeah, it's going to automatically, it's going to go in order. So if you already sent all your first courses, it's going to go directly into your second course. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Can I get you to repeat the question and then answer it?
Oh, okay. Sure.
That would be great.
Okay.
So you guys know when you're